Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV in conjunction with Colfax High School presents Viking pregame. A look at today's Colfax Vikings Girls game. And now, Viking pregame.
Good evening and welcome to the NLWN-TV studios. I'm Rick Olson and we're getting ready to bring you Colfax High School Viking Girls Basketball. Tonight, the Colfax Vikings, who are coming off a 53-39 loss to the Eau Claire Regis Ramblers, will take on the Baldwin-Woodville Blackhawks, who are opening their 2023-2024 basketball season. Now, coming up in this edition of Viking Pregame, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Blackhawks and the Vikings. Then we'll get Coach Serrar's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Following that, we'll send it out to Baldwin-Woodville High School, where our broadcast crew will bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game. So it's time to get ready for some exciting high school girls basketball. All that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
There are a lot of words I would use to describe my daughter. Kind, strong, hilarious. When I think about how much she's experienced in her life, we can't help but be inspired by her every day. So really, we are the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame, where we're getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's girls basketball game between the Baldwin-Woodville Blackhawks and the Colfax Vikings. The Vikings are coming off a 53-39 loss to the Eau Claire Regis Ramblers back on Tuesday. Now, in that game against Regis, the Vikings played tough and strong defensively in the first half, finishing the half tied with the Ramblers at 19 each. In the second half, Regis found their shot, putting up 34 points to the Vikings' 20 to pull away for the win. Now, leading the way for the Vikings in that effort was senior center Jeanette Hajdukovic, who hit on 5 field goals for 10 points. Kaysen Goodell nailed a three-pointer and another field goal, as well as going 3 for 5 from the charity stripe for 8 points. Autumn Nigaman also had a three-pointer and went 3 for 5 from the free throw line for 6 points. Tonight, the Vikings are taking on the Baldwin-Woodville Blackhawks. Now, last season, the Vikings defeated the Blackhawks 42-35 on December 3rd. The Blackhawks finished last season with a 12-13 record before bowing out of the WIAA Regionals to St. Croix Central. Now, Baldwin-Woodville is returning a somewhat experienced team as they need to replace only 3 seniors from last season's team. Now, this year, the Blackhawks look to be led by 5'7" junior Hallie Jort, who last season led the team in scoring, averaging nearly 11 points per game, as well as more than 4 rebounds per game. Also look for 6' junior Maggie Jensen to contribute, as last season she averaged over 10 points per game and 8 rebounds per game. Other major contributors would include senior Maren Nygaard and Raya Elke, who last season combined for over 10 points and 7 rebounds per game. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get the coach's perspective as we chat with Viking head coach Courtney Serrar on Coach's Corner. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Adding your own flavor to fashion comes with age.
Okay, Dad, look at you.
Yeah, welcome. Hi.
Forgetting how to add doesn't. Finding it difficult to work with numbers may be a sign of Alzheimer's.
Dad, are you okay?
An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's. Some things come with age, some others don't.
time now to see what the coaches have to say. It's Coach's Corner, where they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Once again on Coach's Corner, we're talking with Viking girls head coach Courtney Serrar. And Coach, in just a few minutes, the Vikings will try to get back on the winning track as they take on the Baldwin-Woodville Blackhawks. But before we get to that, let's take a quick look back at Tuesday, where the Vikings dropped their opener to the Regis Ramblers, 53-39. Your comments about that game?
Yeah, just like I said after the game, they deserved to win. They outplayed us. They wanted it more, I thought, for sure. And it didn't help that, we didn't shoot very well. So I think the girls understand now that, you have to come ready to play every single night. Our schedule is extremely tough, but for a reason. And, I'm not too worried, about us because, I want to be playing our best basketball at the end of the year. And we obviously have a long way to go before that happens.
No, go ahead. All right.
So I think, they learned a lot from Tuesday, and I'm hoping that they can, apply it as we continue on.
Now, one of the signatures of Viking basketball is the stingy defense, and the Vikings did demonstrate quite a bit of that on Tuesday until late in the game when the Ramblers just couldn't miss their free throws. Your comments about the defensive play of the Vikings?
Yeah, I thought our defense was really good. Besides, our boxing out just wasn't where it normally is or where it needs to be in order for us to, be successful. So, until we had to foul at the end, we had held, a pretty athletic team, under, 45 points. And, anytime you can do that, you're going to give yourself at least a chance to win. So, that's one thing that's pretty consistent for us. But at the same time, there was a lot of possessions where we did play really great defense, but then we didn't reward ourselves with a box out. And then they were able to get a lot of second chance opportunities.
Now, any loss provides a learning situation for a team, and at first glance, as you just mentioned, both shooting and rebounding would be areas of focus for the Vikings. Can you comment a little bit about those and any other areas that were highlighted by that game that the Vikings need to focus on?
I mean, I know that we have kids who are capable of making shots, and sometimes the ball just doesn't go in the basket, and that's how it goes. So, I didn't spend a lot of time, talking much about, our shooting woes, but, the rebounding thing I think is more so an effort, positioning thing. And I said, you can't sit and watch. You have to make an effort to box out, and I know they'll do a better job tonight.
Well, tonight the Vikings do take on the Baldwin-Woodville Blackhawks. It's a team the Vikings did defeat last year. What can you tell us about the Blackhawks and any special challenges that they present?
Yeah, I mean, similar to Regis, they have everybody back. So, and actually their personnel is very, very similar, where they have, two very athletic kids who we're going to have our work cut out for us on the rebounding end as well. And just, understanding the scouting report too is, I think, going to be very important. And it was a very close game with them last year. And now it flips and we're playing them at their place. So, but the advantage that we have, I think, is that it's their first game of the year. So we were able to get, some of the rust off on our end on Tuesday. So I'm hoping, that we just learn from that and come ready to play tonight.
Well, Coach Serrar, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Vikings can turn things around, put one in the winning column, and put a little polish where you took the rust off on Tuesday.
Yeah, thank you.
You've been listening to Coach's Corner, where they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
We all know what it's like to feel alone. But it just takes one new connection. Want to get out of here? To empower many.
This is unbelievable.
It doesn't take a superhero to bring forces together. We all have the power to reach out.
Let's go!
and help someone feel like they belong.
Pretty cool, huh?
We are stronger together.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame. The 2023-2024 season is just underway, so we don't have much for scores from the Dunn St. Croix Conference as of yet. Now, in fact, all the scores we have are non-conference games. Those include the Elk Mound Mounders defeating Prescott 58-37 on Tuesday, while Glenwood City Hilltoppers were defeated by Somerset 82-20 also on Tuesday. Tonight, the Vikings are getting ready to take on the Baldwin-Woodville Blackhawks, who play out of the Middle Border Conference. Last season, the Vikings hosted the Blackhawks on December 3rd, and the Vikings emerged victorious 42-35. So the stage is set for some exciting girls high school basketball, and we'll have all the action for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, in just a moment, I'll join our broadcast crew over at Baldwin-Woodville High School as we bring you all the action of tonight's girls' game between the Colfax Vikings and the Baldwin-Woodville Blackhawks. That's all coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
You've been tuned to Viking Pregame with a look at today's Colfax Vikings girls game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking basketball.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
we've given back in a lot of different ways, through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
To learn more or to help financially, would find us on Facebook or www.janakelly.com.
Colfax Viking Girls Basketball is on the air.
To the right side, they feed it down underneath to Hajdukovic, who lays it up and in. Jeanette Hajdukovic with two.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network, along with NLWN-TV, is excited to bring you Colfax High School Girls Basketball.
No good on the shot. Rebound taken away by Shipman and puts the shot up and in.
Join us as we follow the Vikings while they battle their way through the Dunn St. Croix Conference.
To Nigaman, she launches a three. She hit the three!
And now out to the gym for today's Colfax Viking basketball.
Good evening and welcome to Baldwin-Woodville High School. Rick Olson here along with Dan Petchow, Lynn Nigaman on the camera, and we're getting ready to bring you Colfax Viking basketball as they're taking on the Baldwin-Woodville Blackhawks. Dan, real quickly, let us know who's playing.
Yeah, here's the starters for the Baldwin-Woodville Blackhawks. They're going to go with number 10, 5'7" senior Marin Nygaard, 5'10" senior number 11, Raya Elke, 5'6" junior number 12, Haley Cotta, 5'7" junior number 15, Haley Jordan, 6' junior number 23, Maggie Jensen, For the Vikings, they're going to go with senior 5'5", number 12, J.C. Bovey. Number 20, Meadow Keltner. Number 30, Jada Anderson. Number 40, Jeanette Hajdukovic. And number 42, McKenna Shipman.
And let's send it down to the scorer's table for our national anthem, followed by player introductions.
The Colfax School District and WYA requires that sportsmanship and education-based sporting events. Attendance at interscholastic activities is privileged with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. For the enjoyment and respect of all attendants, your cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. Now, if you would, please stand, face the flag, remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
And that's the playing of our national anthem here at Baldwin-Woodville High School, and we'll send it right back down to the scores table for their introduction of the players.
And now for our Baldwin-Woodville Blackhawks, senior number 10, Martin Nygaard. Senior number 11, Ryan Elkie. Junior number 12, Bailey Coda. Junior number 15, Bailey Short. And junior number 23, Manny Jensen.
And that's the starting lineups for both teams coming from the scores table. Once again for the Vikings, it's Bovey, Keltner, Anderson, Hajdukovic, and Shipman. And for the Baldwin-Woodville Blackhawks, it's Nygaard, Elkie, Coda, Jort, and Jensen. Hajdukovic to be jumping center for the Vikings, and she's lined up against Maggie Jensen, the 6-foot junior. Ball goes up, and the Blackhawks control it. This is Coda with it between the circles. Gets it over to the near side to Nygaard. Cross-court pass over to Jensen. Then down into the corner. They feed it, then coming down the right side of the lane to Jort. They get it back out between the circles, over to the left side, back out between the circles. They're moving the ball quickly. Coda with it.
Colfax and men.
And they get it out to Jort. She's out in the center circle. Resetting things. Feeds it over to Jensen. Over to the right side to Nygaard. Back out high to Elkie. Elkie over to Jort. Jort drives toward the lane. Can't get anywhere with it. Ball gets knocked away. She picks it up. Back out to Nygaard. Nygaard puts one up from in the lane. Ball gets saved in bounds, and the Vikings have it. Down the floor comes Bovey for the Vikings, and she's between the circles. Takes it over to the left side. Now they swing it to Hajdukovic on the right, down into the corner to Keltner. Keltner back out high to Anderson. Anderson drives into the lane, kicks it over to Bovey on the left side. Bovey over to Keltner on the right. Keltner at the top of the key, tries to get it over to Anderson. It got tipped out of bounds. Jensen got her hand on it, went out of bounds, so it'll be the Vikings ball. Keltner looking to inbound, gets it to Shipman. Or check that, that's Bovey. To Hajdukovic. They try to get it to Shipman, but she ran into some traffic. The Blackhawks feed it down the floor. Shot goes up by Coda, no good. Rebound by the Vikings. Bovey with it at the free throw line. Takes it down the side of the lane, gets it to Hajdukovic, cross court, pass to Anderson, puts it up, no good. Rebound taken down by the Blackhawks. Down the floor to Coda. Coda pulls it out. Gets it over to Jensen. Jensen puts it up from the free throw line and hits it. First points by the Blackhawks. Down the floor come the Vikings. Vikings get it over in the corner to Keltner, to Anderson, to Hajdukovic, to Shipman, puts it up and in from the free throw line. McKenna Shipman with the first 2 points for the Vikings, and we're all tied at 2. Down the floor come the Baldwin-Woodville Blackhawks. Jort has it on the left side. Feeds it to Jensen, she lays it up and in. 4-2, Blackhawks on top. Bovey with it, gets it over to Shipman, back to Bovey, to Anderson, down to Keltner. To Anderson on the right side. Picks up her dribble, gets it out to Bovey, to Keltner, back to Bovey. Bovey to Shipman. Shipman to Hajdukovic, feeds it across to Keltner. Keltner launches a three, she misses it. Rebound taken down by Jort. Jort brings it down the floor. Pulls up on the right side. They get it out to Jensen at the top of the key. And over to Jort, high, wide, and right. Looking for traffic to get set up. Brings it down the right side. She's on the right wing, down into the right corner. Now she feeds it out to Jensen, high, wide, right. To Elke on the left side. Elke takes down the right side of the lane, now puts it up, no good. Rebound taken down by Anderson, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul, a blocking foul. Going to be called against Haley Jort. It's her first personal, first team foul. And the Vikings doing a wholesale change. Sierra Shipman and Bryn Sikora is in there, along with Kaysen Goodell, Jordan Bovey, and Autumn Nigaman. Goodell has it over on the left side. Now they swing it back around to the right side. Out high with Jordan. Back into the lane to Sikora. They get it back out, and now Jordan Bovey has it to Goodell, to Nigaman. Tries to feed it into the lane. It got knocked away by the Blackhawks, and they come back down the floor. They feed it down underneath. This is Maurer, and she gets it out to Jort. The shot is no good from the left corner, and the Vikings come down with the ball. Vikings get it down into the right corner, then back out high to Jordan Bovey. Bovey has it between the circles. Now they feed it into the lane to Sikora. Back out to Bovey, three-pointer. She hit the three! Jordan Bovey puts the Vikings on top, 5-4. Kestel with it, and the shot is no good. Or check that, that was Fritz that's in the lineup for the Blackhawks. Goodell feeds it out high to Bovey. Gets it to the lane. Now they get it down underneath to Nigaman, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Foul is on Shannon Fritz. It's her first personal. Second team foul on the Blackhawks. Goodell to inbound. Gets it in, and Sikora loses her footing, but the ball gets picked up by the Vikings, and then the Blackhawks take it away. Down the floor comes Fritz, feeds it over on the right side to Jort. Jort takes it back out between the circles. Over to the left side to Fritz. Fritz takes it into the lane. Ball gets knocked loose, but picked up by Maurer. Jort now has it, and it's over to Nilsson. And we're going to get a whistle. Things are getting a little ragged down there, Dan.
Yeah, both teams are kind of going north and south right now. They need to both settle down and run some of their plans.
The foul is being called on Kaysen Goodell. It's her first personal, first team foul on the Vikings. So Jort has it between the circles. Takes it over to the left side. Feeds it over to Coda. Coda takes it back out high, wide, and left. Now back out between the circles. And that's Fritz. They try to feed it down into the lane, putting it up. It's going to be good. Shot was good by Maurer. And the foul is going to be on Jordan Bovey. Her first, second team foul on the Vikings, and it's going to send Maurer to the line for the +1. Blackhawks on top, 6-5. And the shot's up, no good. Rebound, chased down by Goodell, and she comes down the right side, takes it all the way to the baseline, and she got fouled from behind. That was Abigail Nilsson. That's her first personal. Third team foul on the Blackhawks. Goodell looking to inbound it, gets it in, trying to go up with a shot. It's no good, and they say she carried the ball. That was Sierra Shipman with the attempted shot. 6-5, Baldwin-Woodville leading the Vikings. Down the floor come the Blackhawks. Fritz on the dribble, she feeds it over to the left side. That's Dakota. Now they get it down underneath. Intended for Fritz, got knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Jordan Bovey. Nygaard inbound for the Blackhawks. She gets it in to Nilsson, who gets it out high to Fritz. Fritz over to Nygaard, then over to the other side. They try to feed it back down into the lane to Nygaard, and it got knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, the Blackhawks still trying to make their way inside. They haven't done much for the outside shots yet.
Hajdukovic and McKenna Shipman into the lineup for the Vikings. Nygaard to inbound. Pass comes in high to Coda. Then over to Fritz between the circles. To Nygaard on the right side. Down to Fritz at the baseline. Tries to put it up. It's partially blocked. And the Vikings come away with it. Goodell over to Bovey to Shipman, who hits a three. McKenna Shipman puts the Vikings on top 8-6. Blackhawks feed it over to the left side. This is Elke. Hits it down into the corner to Jensen, and turnover to the Vikings, and we've got a timeout being called by the Blackhawks. So with 10:39 to go in the first half, it's the Vikings 8, the Blackhawks 6. and you're tuned to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Banking on relationships.
If you spent the summer putting off home improvement projects, don't worry, Dairy State Bank can help. Whether you're planning to add on, winterproof, or repair storm damage, we can help you with the financing. For more information, visit dairystatebank.com or give us a call today. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Dairy State Bank.
Back here at Baldwin-Woodville High School. Vikings with a 2-point lead, 8-6. Jordan Bovey takes it across the timeline, feeds it over to Goodell, who gets it down to Hajdukovic and back out to Bovey. To Goodell, to Shipman, drives the baseline, puts it up, it doesn't go. Rebound by the Vikings, trying to go back up with it, can't make it go, and down the floor to Elke, puts it up, no good. Check that was Coda on the layup, and she missed it. Rebound comes out to Fritz, she gets it over to Elke. Then to Jensen, and back to Fritz, back to Jensen from the left side, puts it up and in, and we're tied at 8.
Maggie Jensen was 6 points.
On the floor come the Vikings. Bovey with it. Gets it over to Goodell, back to Bovey. To Shipman in the right corner, back out high to Goodell, to Bovey. To Shipman from 3, it rattles around and comes off. Rebound chased down by Nigaman. She gets it out to Goodell. Puts up a 3. It's no good. Rebound being battled for. Hajdukovic comes up with it, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. I believe that's going to be a foul on Nygaard. And it is. That's her first personal. 4th team foul on the Blackhawks. Nigaman comes out. Anderson goes in. Ball comes into Hajdukovic, out to Anderson. Anderson feeding it over to the left side, down into the left corner. Shot goes up by Shipman, no good. And down the floor come the Blackhawks. They feed it down into the right corner. Ball gets knocked away by the Vikings, and Jensen picks it up. They feed it over to Elke, back to Jensen, now over to the left side. To Jort, gets back over to Coda on the right. High, wide, and right, looking for traffic. Ball gets knocked loose, now it gets back to Coda, to Jensen. Shot is up and no good. Rebound taken down by Shipman and gets it off to Goodell, who brings it down the floor. Goodell feeds it out to Bovey. Bovey over to Anderson. Feeds it to the free throw line to Hajdukovic, down underneath, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul underneath. Foul is on Ella Rhodey. It's her first personal 15 foul on the Blackhawks. Hajdukovic gets the ball, puts it up, it doesn't go. And the Blackhawks bring it back down the floor. Between the circles right now is Rhodey. Feeds it over to the left side. This is Jort. Turns around, going to get a whistle and a foul being called on Bovey. Kind of grabbed as Jort made a spin.
Her second.
And so her sister will come in and give her a break. J.C. Bovey into the lineup. That's the 3rd team foul on the Vikings. Pass comes out to Jensen, over to the right side to Jort. Jort takes it back up between the circles to Elke. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound taken down by Goodell. Goodell at the top of the key. Feeds it back out to Shipman. Shipman into the lane, puts it up, and it goes in.
McKenna has 7 points.
That's already more than she had on Tuesday. Blackhawks with it on the right side. This is Coda with it. Guarded closely, gets it to Jensen on the right wing. Back out high. That's Jort. Over to Elke. She's at the free throw line. Backs out. Gets it to Jort on the right wing. Back out high to Jensen. Top of the key to Elke. Elke in the lane. Back out to Jensen. To Elke in the left corner. Feeds it down the lane. And streaking down the lane is Haley Cota. She lays it in. We're tied at 10. Shipman takes it down the lane. She lays it up and in. McKenna Shipman with her 9th point of the night. And the Vikings are back on top, 12-10. Jensen with it, and the pass gets stolen by Goodell. Goodell's going to take it to the hole herself. She got fouled going up. Jensen did about the only thing she could do, and that's foul her.
Yeah, that's what Colfax needs to do, get out and transition on offense.
So the foul is on Jensen. That's her first personal 6th-team foul. And at the line for 2 is Kaysen Goodell. First shot on the way is good. And the second shot, that's off the back of the iron and through. Vikings up on top, 14-10. Goodell takes a seat. And down the floor comes Jort with the ball for the Blackhawks. Feeds it to the top of the key, or to the free throw line. That's to Maurer. Back out high, 3-pointer on the way from Jensen is no good. Shipman with it. Cross-court pass over to Anderson. Anderson loses the handle on the ball, and here comes Jensen back down the floor. Feeds it over to the right side to Nygaard. Nygaard back out to Jensen. Jensen to the free throw line. Then over to Jort, 3-pointer, and she hit it. Haley Jort with the 3. Vikings still on top, 14-13. Feed the ball over to Keltner. Keltner between the circles to Anderson in the lane. Turns around to Hajdukovic. Gets it to Shipman. Takes it to the elbow. Then back out high to Bovee. To Anderson, to Keltner over on the left side. To Shipman, tries to drive the lane. Got fouled going in. 5:29 to go in the first half. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we will have a Viking profile for you, and it will be Kaysen Goodell tonight. Shipman's first shot is up and off the front of the iron, no good. Nigaman and Goodell into the lineup for the Vikings. Shipman's second shot is up and off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound taken down by the Blackhawks. Jort brings it down the floor, feeds it down low to Maurer. Then they get it back out to Jensen. Over to Nygaard, puts up the 3, no good. Hajdukovic with the rebound. To Goodell, she's over on the right side. Pulls it back out, waiting for things to settle down. Feeds it over to the left side to Hajdukovic. Top of the key. Over to the left side to Nigaman. To Goodell. Goodell pumps a 3. No. Hajdukovic with the rebound. Puts it back up. It's no good, but she got fouled. That'll be the 18th foul on the Blackhawks.
Yeah, that's 3 fouls on Nygaard already.
So Jeanette Hajdukovic at the line for 2. First one's up, and it's good. Nygaard takes a seat. They don't want her picking up number 4 with just under 5 to go in the first half. Second shot's off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound being chased down. Scramble for, and the Vikings come away with it. Goodell with it. Feeds it over to Keltner, puts up a three. She hit the three! Meadow Keltner with a three-pointer. Down into the right corner are the Blackhawks. This is Coda with it. Coda gets it out high. That's to Fritz. Fritz takes it over to the right side. Down into the corner to Maurer. Cross-court pass over to Jensen. To Fritz, to Maurer. Then they get it to Nilsson, and there's a whistle and a foul. And the foul is on Kenna Shipman. That'll be her first personal, fourth team foul on the Vikings. Sikora into the lineup for the Vikings, giving Hajdukovic a break. Maurer with it. Now they get it over high, wide, and right to Jort. Back over to Fritz. Back out high to Nilsson and over to Jort on the left side. Ball gets knocked away, but it's picked up by Maurer. And to Elke on the right wing. And they swing it back around. It's to Nilsson on the left side, and the ball gets taken away by the Vikings. Goodell taking it down the right side, feeds it back out to Keltner. And they get it over to the corner. Nigaman puts up a three, no good. Rebound taken down by the Blackhawks. Down the floor comes Elke. She feeds it over to the right side. That's Maurer. And then to Jort. Jort back over to Fritz. Ball gets taken away by Nigaman, and the Vikings come back down the floor. Goodell getting some instructions from the bench. 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Goodell tries to feed it out to Keltner. Now she does. Keltner has it between the circles. Over to Shipman. Three-pointer. She hit the three! McKenna Shipman with a three-pointer. That's 12 points for Shipman on the night. And that's just in the first half. That's twice what she scored on Tuesday. This is Jort with it between the circles for the Blackhawks. Vikings on top, 21-13. They get it down into the left corner, and the ball gets taken away by the Vikings, but they couldn't quite get the handle between Nigaman and Shipman, and the ball went out of bounds. Jort to inbound the ball, gets it into Jensen, and they feed it out to Coda. Coda feeds it down low, and the ball got errant pass, gets taken away by the Vikings. Shipman with it, puts up a three, and it goes in! Off the front, off the back, and down the middle. 24-13, Vikings up by 11. Coming up on 2 minutes to go, and the Vikings take the ball away. Down the floor they come. Feed it into the middle of the lane. And now they get it back out to Goodell on the right side. To Shipman at the top of the key. Back to Goodell between the circles. Feeds it over to the left side. Sikora puts it up. No. Shipman got the rebound but couldn't quite control it. And coming away with it are the Blackhawks. Jort feeds it down into the left corner. Three-pointer by Coda is no good. Rebound chased down by Goodell. She brings it down the right side. Puts up the three. In and out, no good. 1:22 remaining in the half. Vikings on top, 24-13. Jensen with it. Gets it over to the right side. That's Nilsson. And we're going to get a whistle.
Yeah, Sierra Shipman.
That should be her first, and the 5th team foul on the Vikings. Just over a minute remaining in the half. Blackhawks inbound it. Hajdukovic tips it away. Vikings right down the floor with it. Goodell with it. Stops underneath. Tries to put it back up. Partially blocked. No good. Rebound. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Nigaman. Haley Jort bringing the ball down the floor for the Blackhawks. Feeds it over to the side, and the ball gets dropped, and the Vikings pick it up. Goodell tries to put the shot up. It got blocked, but out of bounds, so the Vikings will have it.
40 seconds, a lot of time to work with.
Goodell getting ready to inbound the ball. He gets it into Nigaman. Out to Anderson between the circles. Over to Hajdukovic on the right side to Nigaman at the top of the key. Now towards the center circle to Goodell. Sierra Shipman, and then they get it out to Goodell. To Anderson between the circles. 16 seconds remaining. Goodell with it. 10 seconds left. Ball gets tipped away. It's a loose ball. It's going to roll out of bounds.
We got a foul.
Oh, we had a foul earlier.
Foul's going to be on Casey.
And that's going to be a foul on Sierra Shipman, isn't it? No, it's on Goodell. Foul is on Kason Goodell. It's her second 16th foul on the Vikings. Just under 6 seconds. Jort with it. Shots on the way, and it's good. And a three-pointer by Haley Jort to make the score. Colfax 24 and the Blackhawks 16. And coming up in just a few moments, we will have Viking halftime on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Austin and Nikki Pritchard are just what the doctor ordered. In fact, they are the doctors and they're ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
Time now for Viking Halftime, with today's Viking profile and other halftime entertainment. That's coming up right after this.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we take a closer look at one of the Colfax Viking players. And now, Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're going to get to know Kason Goodell, who's a junior here at Colfax High School. And Kason, we know that you play basketball, but are you involved in any other activities here at school?
Yes, I am in the cross-country team and the track team.
And how'd cross-country go for you this year?
Really great. I went to state, and that was an amazing opportunity.
That's terrific. So when did you start playing basketball, and what kind of an experience has that been for you?
I started playing in 2nd grade, and I've always loved it and had like good support with it and everything like that.
And so what's the most important thing you've learned playing basketball?
Teammates are like a huge part of it. You can't do it alone, and coaching is very important.
Okay, so when you're not playing basketball or you're not here at school, what are some other things that keep you interested or occupied?
I go hunting and fishing a lot and hang out with friends and just being outside and out in the outdoors.
Okay, you know these are coming. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Ice cream.
Which flavor?
Chocolate.
It's a good standard, isn't it? All right. Hot dog, burger, or brat?
Hot dog.
And what do you want on that hot dog?
Just ketchup.
Just ketchup, okay. Your favorite color?
Probably green.
Is there a reason for that?
No.
Okay, just like green?
Yep.
All right, that's fine. If you could have a superpower, what do you think that would be and why?
Invisibility, just because nobody could see you. You can go out and steal the ball from somebody, nobody would know.
Oh, you're even bringing it into your game.
Yep.
All right. So if you have that superpower of invisibility, you need to, of course, have a superhero name to go with it. What's Kaysen's superhero name?
I don't know, Invisible Kaysen.
Okay, we'll go with that. All right. Your favorite NBA or WNBA team?
Probably the Bucks.
All right, how about a favorite collegiate team?
UConn or Iowa.
All right. Is there a basketball player in your past, whether it's somebody local or maybe even a pro player, who's affected the way you play your game?
Probably all the high school girls that I've watched when I was little. They really kept me into it and saw what I could become.
And it is quite a tradition here at Colfax girls basketball.
Yeah, it is.
So you've had a lot of role models to follow.
Yeah, I have.
All right, we're talking with Kaysen Goodell on Viking Profile. And Kaysen, what are your plans for after high school?
I am looking at going to River Falls for an agriculture degree.
Very good. How about a shout out to the family?
Hi, Mom and Dad and Grandpa and Grandma.
All right, and when people come to watch Viking games, what number do you wear and where are you going to be found on the court?
I wear number 4 and I'm a point guard or a shooting guard.
We want to thank Kaysen Goodell for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next, more Viking Halftime.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. Basically, he had to relearn everything. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey.
You've been tuned to Viking Halftime. Stay tuned. Coming up is second half action of today's Viking game on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform like you want, you first need to know about your soil. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley.
Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings.
And we're back here at Baldwin-Woodville High School with the Vikings holding a 24-16 lead over the Baldwin-Woodville Blackhawks. Dan, quickly tell us how we got those scores.
Yeah, it's the scores right now for the Blackhawks. Leading their team is a couple girls, number 15, Haley Jort and Kylie Castle. They have 6 points, along with Maggie Jensen. Haley Cotta has 2. Abigail Nilsson she's actually our leader right now, with 7. And number 45, Haley Maurer, she has 2. For the Vikings, their leader right now is number 42, McKenna Shipman. She's got 15 points, followed by Kason Goodell, she has 2. Meta Kellner has 3. Jordan Bovey has 3. And Jeanette Hajdukovic has 1.
And it's interesting to note the difference in play tonight with the Vikings compared to Tuesday. There's a lot more energy coming out of the Vikings, a lot more drive to the ball, and finishing plays.
Yeah, I think they're starting to understand what they're supposed to do. That first game has always got jitters and everybody's kind of running around, not for sure what's going on. And they settled down and probably got to practice yesterday and are getting something figured out.
So, for the Vikings heading out on the floor to start the second half are Bovey, Keltner, Anderson, Hajdukovic, and Shipman. Nygaard, Elke, Coda, Jordan, Jensen will go out for the Blackhawks. And the possession arrow is in favor of the Vikings, who will be going from right to left in this second half. Ball comes into Bovey, and she brings it across the timeline between the circles, feeds it over to Shipman, to Hajdukovic on the right side, to Keltner on the right wing. Back out high to Anderson. She drives to the lane, stops, turns, gets it out to Bovey.
Blackhawks in man.
Side, takes it up to the top of the key. Ball gets knocked away, but Anderson picks it up, takes it around to the right side, gets it to Keltner. Keltner brings it back out between the circles, and over to Bovey. Bovey on to the left side, cross-court pass over to Anderson, puts it up, and she hit the 3! Jada Anderson with a 3. Oh, almost a walk that time by Jort. Vikings on top, 27-16. To Jensen, and Elke has it at the top of the key. Ball gets knocked away. Vikings with a much stronger presence in the lane tonight. Bovey with it, gets it over to Anderson on the left side. She tries to get it down underneath, but it's knocked out of bounds by Jort. Tried to get the pass to Hajdukovic. Vikings will inbound. Get it into Bovey, out to Keltner, high, wide, and right, and her pass into Shipman is a little off the mark, and down the floor come the Blackhawks. Nygaard turns, tries to put it up, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. And it's on J.C. Bovey. That's her first personal, first team foul on the Vikings. Aaron Nygaard at the line. First shot is up, it's no good. Vikings up by 11. Just underway in the second half. Second shot is on the way, it's no good. Coming away with it is Shipman for the Vikings. Feeds it over to Bovey. Bovey at the free throw line, gets it out to Keltner. Over onto the left side to Anderson. Anderson takes it out high, gets it over to Shipman, puts up the shot, it's no good. Rebound taken down by Hajdukovic. Ball got knocked out of bounds, and it'll be knocked out of bounds by the Blackhawks. So the Vikings will maintain possession. Keltner looking to inbound. Gets it into Hajdukovic, lays it up. She got fouled as she was going up. She overlaid it, but that may have been due to the foul.
Fouls on number 11.
That's Elke.
Her first.
And that's the first team foul on the Blackhawks. Hajdukovic's shot is up and good. Second shot on the way, and that one's good. (29-16), Vikings on top. Blackhawks have it on the side of the lane. They get it over to the left side to Jort. Back over to Coda on the right side. She's high, wide, and right. Feeding it down underneath, and they get it back out to Nygaard. Then over to Jort on the right side. She takes it into the lane, puts it up, and it goes, no, it does not go in. She got her own rebound, feeds it out, and the shot is up, no good. Rebound taken down by Nygaard. Over to Elke, to Jensen, back to Elke. Elke to Nygaard between the circles. Nygaard takes it down to the right baseline, lost control, and we're going to get a whistle. And a foul on the Vikings.
I think it's on number 12.
20, he said. Meadow Keltner.
Her first.
Second foul on the Vikings and wholesale substitutions for the Vikings. Blackhawks inbound the ball. Jort has it high, wide, and left. Feeds it across to Elke. Elke at the top of the key. Gets it down into the corner. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound taken down by Nigaman, and a foul on Jensen as she climbed all over Nigaman's back. I had to grab a hold of Mom up here so she didn't go down and wrestle her off.
Yeah, good job by Autumn to hold her position and box out.
And that's what we talk about when it comes to boxing out. And Autumn did a real nice job of establishing the position that time. Jordan Bovey brings the ball up across the timeline. Leads it down to the left side, or right side of the lane, I should say, to Sikora. And then the pass down underneath is out of bounds. So the Blackhawks have it. Coming down the floor is Fritz. On the dribble, brings it over to the right side, back out to the top of the key, now down the lane. Loses the handle on it, but we're going to get a whistle and a foul on Sierra Shipman.
Be her second.
Oh, it's not on her, it's
really?
On Autumn. Autumn Nigaman. To be honest with you, I thought Sierra Shipman was the only one anywhere near her, but
yeah.
Fritz has it. Feeds it over, ball gets knocked away. Goodell trying to get control, she does. And we're going to get a whistle and a timeout called by the Vikings. So with 14:42 to go in the game, it's Vikings 29, Blackhawks 16. And you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
C&K Construction is your source for high-quality concrete and construction work in the Chippewa Valley. Established in 2014, C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls is a leading concrete contractor proud to serve Eau Claire, Altoona, Menominee, and surrounding areas. Specializing in concrete construction, excavating, flatwork poured walls, and much more, they're right for all of your concrete needs. Call C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls at 715-559-1335.
Back here at Baldwin-Woodville High School, Vikings on top, 29-16 over the Baldwin-Woodville Blackhawks. Shipman, that's Sierra, to inbound the ball. She gets it into Jordan Bovey. Brings it across the timeline. Feeds it over to the left side to Shipman. To Sikora at the top of the key to Nigaman in the lane. She puts the shot up, no good. Rebound taken down by the Blackhawks. Fritz with it on the right side. She feeds it over to Coda, who takes it between the circles. Over to Fritz on the left, high, wide, and left. Now she's at the top of the key. To Elke, takes it to the right wing. And it's back out to Castell, between the circles to Fritz on the right side. Fritz looking for somewhere to go, gets it down into the right corner to Elke. Elke drives toward the baseline, lost the handle on the ball. Now picked up her dribble, she's in trouble there, and 5-second violation being called. Close guarding violation being called against the Blackhawks, and so the Vikings have the ball. 13:44 remaining. Across the timeline. There's Bovey. To Goodell, who again loses the handle on it, gets it to Nigaman. Vikings have a hard time finding the handle on that ball. It's right there, can't you see it, Dan?
Yeah, Baldwin's really stepped up their defense here in the second half.
Goodell with it, over to Shipman, and then down into the left corner to Sikora, lays it up. No, it won't go in for her. And it goes out of bounds. It'll be the Blackhawks ball.
Yeah, both teams have stepped up their defense here, and not much scoring so far in the second half.
Down the floor comes Jort. She feeds it over to Castell. Now she's at the top of the key. Over to the right side to Elke. Elke drives into the lane, stops, puts it up, no good. She gets her own rebound. Feeds it out to Jort. Over to Castell on the left side. Takes it to the top of the key, then over to Elke. Down underneath, back out to Elke. And we have a whistle. And a foul on Sierra Shipman. That's her second personal. Fourth team foul on the Vikings. And wholesale substitutions for the Vikings. Jort to inbound the ball for the Blackhawks. She gets it in, and we have a whistle. Bauer had the ball.
Yeah, foul on number 42.
Fouls on Shipman. This is McKenna Shipman. It's her second personal. 15th foul on the Vikings. Blackhawks have it high, wide, and left. Down into the left corner to Jort. Jort, cross-court pass to Jensen. Takes it to the free throw line, feeds it back out to Coda. Coda down in the right corner. Now she feeds it down underneath, and that's to Jensen, who lays it up and in. 29-18, Vikings on top by 11. Bovey with it. This is J.C. Bovey. Feeds it to Anderson, lays it up. It does not go, but we get a whistle underneath. I think it's on Jensen.
That'd be her third if it is.
Yes, it is. And the third team foul on the Blackhawks. So Anderson to the line for two. First shot is on the way. No, it doesn't go. Second shot on its way. That one doesn't go either. Down the floor come the Blackhawks. And a three-pointer by the Blackhawks. Coda with the shot. Vikings with it. 29-21. Blackhawks have cut the Viking lead to 8. Trying to drive the baseline. We're going to get a blocking foul called on Coda as Shipman tried to drive the right baseline. That's the first personal on Coda, 4th team foul on the Blackhawks. Nygaard into the lineup, and she's replacing Rhodey. Keltner gets it into Hajdukovic, lays it up, no, she overlaid it. And down the floor come the Blackhawks. Jort on the dribble, on the right side. She's high, wide, and right. Takes it over between the circles to the top of the key, into the lane, and a whistle and a blocking foul being called on Anderson.
I do believe that's her first.
And we're going to have a timeout on the floor with 11:08 remaining. It's the Vikings 29, Blackhawks 21, and you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining?
Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Doctors Austin and Nikki Pritchard and their staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
And we're back here at Baldwin-Woodville High School with the Vikings on top, 29-21. Vikings have hit kind of a cold streak here for a little bit.
Yeah, you know, both teams are playing really hard on defense. They just got to settle down on offense.
Blackhawks have the ball, trying to drive the baseline. As George, she puts up, it does not go. Hajdukovic with the rebound. Gets it over to Bovey. Bovey brings it down the floor. This is J.C. Bovey. Takes it through the center circle to Hajdukovic on the elbow. Back over to Anderson on the left side, but tries to hit Hajdukovic, but in the way is Mara Nygaard, and she brings it down the floor for the Blackhawks. Over to the right side, down into the right corner. This is Jensen. Takes it to the free throw line. Back down into the right corner. This is Coda. Out to Nygaard. She's on the left side. Tries to drive into the lane. Puts it up. It's not going to get there. Jensen chases down the loose change. Jensen takes it out to the right side. Gets it to Coda between the circles. Coda lost the handle on the ball, but chases it back down. Now they get it down into the right corner. This is Mauer. Cross court pass to Jensen. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound. Scramble for on the floor. And we have a whistle and jump ball called. Possession arrow in favor of the Blackhawks. Goodell and Jordan Bovey are in for J.C. Bovey and Meadow Keltner for the Vikings. 9:57 to go. Vikings up by 8. Shot goes up quickly on the right off the pass. No good. Hajdukovic gets the rebound. Feed it out to Goodell. Goodell down the right side. Gets to the baseline. Kicks it back out to Anderson. Over to Shipman. Puts up a three. No. Rebound. Taken down that time by the Blackhawks. And Bauer feeds it down the floor.
Yeah, that was
on the dribble between the circles.
That was the first good look by Colfax.
Ball's tipped, and it goes out of bounds. It's going to be Blackhawk ball. Nygaard to inbound. Feeds it into Coda. Coda underneath to Jensen, who lays it up and in. 29-26. Or check that, 29-23. It's a 6-point game. That's what I meant to say. Colby with it, over to the right side. Goodell. And we have a whistle and a foul.
Blackhawk foul number 10 on Nygaard.
Foul is on Nygaard. It's her 4th personal. That's the 5th foul on the Blackhawks. And Nygaard's going to take a seat. Into the lineup for Nygaard is Shannon Fritz. Goodell to inbound the ball for the Vikings. Gets it into Bovey, and she got bounced out of bounds by Jensen. Well, they're going to say it's just the ball was out of bounds off of Jensen. Into Bovey. Bovey in the backcourt, comes across the timeline. Down into the lane, tries to feed it out to Anderson, but Jensen picked up the loose change. Feeds it over to Jort, puts up a jumper, it's no good. Rebound being chased down, and we're gonna get, the official wasn't sure who last touched it, so he's calling a jump ball, and now they're having a discussion about it. And now they're saying it's Viking ball, it's not a jump ball. Goodell with the ball on the left side, takes it to the top of the key, spins, moves into the lane. Pulls the ball up, tries to put a shot up, it's blocked. Goodell grabs the rebound, and we got a tie ball, and the possession arrow in favor of the Vikings. So Goodell to inbound. Feeds it into Bovey. Bovey takes it into the lane, lays it up, and it goes in! Jordan Bovey with the layup, 31-29. Finally take the lid off the hoop for the Vikings. Jort with it. Feeds it over to the left side. This is Elke. Out to Maurer. Maurer on the right side. Feeds it down to Fritz. He puts up a shot. We're going to get a whistle and a foul on Hajdukovic.
Colfax foul on number 40.
No. It's her first personal. Dan, stop playing with my buttons.
We're backwards tonight here at the table.
So the first shot goes up. It's good by, it's Jort at the line. 31-24, Vikings by 7. Second shot is on the way. By the way, that's Fritz at the line, not Jort. Second shot was no good, and Vikings come away with the rebound. Anderson feeds it over to Shipman. Down into the corner to Goodell, puts up a three. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Jort. She feeds it down the floor to Jensen, tries the left baseline, puts it up. It's no good. We're going to get a blocking foul called on Shipman.
Oh, man. I don't know about that one. I couldn't really see if she was below the block or not.
So how many is that on Shipman?
I have 3 for her.
And the first free throw by Jensen was no good. Second shot is on the way. That one's good. 31-25, Vikings by 6. Nigaman tries to get it into Bovey. It got knocked out of bounds by Fritz. So Nigaman to try again. Full court pressure being put on by the Blackhawks. Ball gets put in, and we have a whistle and a foul as Sierra Shipman was shoved right down in the corner.
I think it was on number 15.
And it is. Fouls on Haley Jort. Haley Jort.
For a second.
And we have a timeout on the floor with the score. Vikings 31, Blackhawks 25. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let Menominee Eye and Optical help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comro provide both comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract and LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eye care for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, located at 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality, personalized care for you and your family.
Back here at Baldwin-Woodville High School, Vikings up by 6, but it's a tenuous 6 at best. Ball comes into Nigaman. Leads it back to Anderson. Takes it down the floor, stops in the lane, tries to put the shot up. Hajdukovic grabs a loose chain, tries to put it back up, no good. Rebound being tipped around. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. I think it's a foul on Jensen. Hajdukovic going to be at the line. It is
her fourth.
And that's the 7th team foul. So Hajdukovic is at the line for 2, but the Vikings will be in the bonus from here on out. First shot is up and no good. Second shot on the way. That one's good. Jeanette Hajdukovic for the pretty good hand from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, she's 4 for 5.
Elke with it. Feeds it back out. Now she's got it back between the circles, drives down the right side of the lane, turnaround jumper's no good. Hajdukovic with the rebound, feeds it out to Anderson. She gets it to Sierra Shipman, back to Anderson, kicks it back out to Nigaman, puts up the jumper, she hit it! Autumn Nigaman with a jump shot. 34 for the Vikings. 34-25. Vikings up by 9. Fritz has it on the right side to the elbow. Gets it back out to Jort. Takes it to the right side. Jumper is no good. Rebound taken down by Jort. She followed her shot. Gets it out to Elke on the right. Now they swing it back around to the left. Three-pointer goes up and in by Jensen. 34-27. Are they saying that was a 2? Because they only gave her 2.
Okay, I had 3, but
Nigaman with it on the left side. Hands it out to Bovey, three-pointer on the way off the backboard, no good. Ball being chased down, and boy, oh boy, Dan, you ought to know that move. That's a good old-fashioned hockey check right there.
Yeah.
Give Autumn a set of skates and let her play the game.
Yeah, that was good hustle by both teams there.
Foul is on Shannon Fritz. Autumn Nigaman goes to the line for the 1-on-1. (34-27), Vikings on top. First shot is up, it's off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound taken away by the Blackhawks. Down the floor comes George, she drives the lane. It's no good, we're going to get a foul, blocking foul called.
Yeah, another one of those.
She was outside the block.
Yeah.
It's Jordan Bovey getting called for the foul. It's her third personal. 9th team foul on the Vikings. Haley Jort at the line for the 1-on-1. Actually, they may give her 2 here. Yeah, they do. First shot is up, no good. Short second shot is on the way. That's good. 34-28. Vikings by 6. Bigeman gets it into Bovey.
Yeah,
Bovey on the dribble, gets it out. And down the right side is Sierra Shipman.
Colfax.
They feed it over to Bovey. Nice. She did a nice Odell Beckham catch, but then lost control as she went down to the baseline.
Yeah, no need for Colfax to hustle right now. They're kind of hurrying on offense. They need to run a little clock.
Several substitutions for the Vikings right now. Jensen gets it into Jort, picks it up just shy of the timeline. She takes it across the timeline, feeds it over to the left side, down into the corner to Jensen. Back out to Coda. Coda from the baseline is no good. Hajdukovic with the rebound, and she gets it over to Shipman.
We got a foul at number 12.
So that's a foul on Coda. It's her second personal, 9th team foul. So McKenna Shipman at the line for the 1-on-1. First shot's up, and that's good. And we have a timeout on the floor before she gets her second shot. Vikings up 35-28 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Banking on relationships.
If you spent the summer putting off home improvement projects, don't worry, Dairy State Bank can help. Whether you're planning to add on, winterproof, or repair storm damage, we can help you with the financing. For more information, visit dairystatebank.com or give us a call today. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Dairy State Bank.
5 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in this one. 35-28. Vikings on top. 7-point lead for the Vikings. McKenna Shipman at the line for the second of her 1-on-1. Shots on the way. It's good. And Shipman takes a seat. Jort with the ball up across the timeline. She's got it between the circles, feeds it over to the right side to Coda. High, wide, and right. Down into the right corner to Jensen. Jensen gets it back out high. This is Coda, drives down the right baseline and tried to make a cross-court pass, and Bryn Sikora got her hands on it but couldn't catch it, so it went out of bounds. Blackhawks ball.
Good battle down low in Autumn Nigglen and number 40.
And the shot goes up, no good. Rebound being chased down, it's out of bounds. It'll be Viking ball.
Sorry, number 45. Haley Maurer and Autumn Nigglen battling hard underneath.
And we have a substitution for the Vikings. Into the lineup is Shipman. I think the Vikings are doing a little offense-defense substitution right now. Niggman gets the ball in to Shipman. Shipman feeds it over to Goodell. Nice catch by Goodell, and we're going to get a foul.
Number 12.
It's going to be a foul on Haley Coda. That's her third. And the Vikings will be at the line for the double bonus.
At the line is number 4, Kason Goodell.
So Kason Goodell, our Viking profile at halftime. To shoot 2. First one's up, no good. Anderson back into the lineup, replacing Shipman. Yeah, they're doing some offense-defense substitution here. Second shot on the way. Off the back of the air, no good. Rebound taken down by Jensen. She feeds it over to Jort. Brings it down the right side. Stops high, wide right. Feeds it over to the left side to Jensen. Jensen down to the left baseline. Back out to Jort. Left corner. Takes it back over to the lane. Dakota from the right side. Shot's no good. Rebound taken down by Anderson. Feeds it over to Goodell. Goodell brings it across the timeline. 4.5, just under 4.5 to go. Goodell gets it out high to Anderson. Then over to Bryn Sikora. She got fouled by Jort.
Should be her third.
And you're right about that. So Sikora at the line for 2. First shot on the way, it's good. 37-28. And the second shot is off the back of the air, no good. Rebound taken down by the Blackhawks, and they get it to Jensen, who brings it across the timeline over to Nygaard between the circles. Nygaard feeds it over to the left elbow to Jensen. Out to the left wing. And this is Jort. Jort takes it down into the lane, feeds it off to Jensen, puts it up, it's no good, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Fouls on Hajdukovic. It's her second personal. 10th team foul, so Jensen will be at the line. I suspect she was there for 2 anyway. First shot's no good. Shipman into the game for Nigaman. Second shot on the way, about the back of the iron, rebound taken down and stolen away, and then stolen back by the Vikings, and we're going to get a travel call. I'll tell you what, Dan, she got rid of the ball before she hit the floor. Oh, they're calling it, yep.
I thought it was jump ball.
Yeah, he called it travel, but she got rid of the ball before she hit the floor. So the Blackhawks have it on the right side. This is Coda down at the baseline, feeding it out, and then out to Maurer, puts the shot up, it's no good. Rebound is chased down by Jort. Jort takes it into the lane, puts it up, it goes in. 37-30. Goodell with it. And we have a whistle and a foul. The foul is going to be on Haley Jort. That's her fourth. So Kaysen Goodell at the line. Shooting 2. First shot is up, it's no good. Second shot on the way off the back of the iron, rolls around and in. 38-30, Vikings up by 8. 3:29 to go. This game is far from over. Blackhawks feed it over to the right side. This is Jort with the ball, high, wide, and right. Takes it down to the right baseline. Jumper is no good. Rebound. And it's saved inbounds by Jort, who threw it in, bounced it off the legs of Shipman, and it went out of bounds off of Shipman's legs. So it's Blackhawk ball. Good athletic move that time. Blackhawks trying to inbound it, get it way out high. This is Coda, takes it down the right side. Trying to drive the baseline, can't. Gets it out to Elke, high, wide, and right. Cross-court pass over to Jensen. Jensen down into the right corner to Nygaard. Nygaard brings it back out high to Coda, to Jensen. to Elke on the right side. Feeds it over to Nygaard, driving the right baseline. Trying to go up with it, put the hand up. We have a whistle and a push-off down underneath.
And a foul at number 4 for Colfax.
And that's going to be a foul on Kaysen Goodell. That's her third. It's going to put Jort to the line for 2. First shot's on the way. It's good. 38-31. Vikings on top. 2:47 remaining. Second shot on the way. That one is no good. Rebound taken away by the Vikings. That's Sikora with it. Trying to dribble out of trouble. Ball gets taken out of her hands and laid up and in by Jordan. And we have a timeout being called. We have a 5-point game. It's the Vikings 38, Blackhawks 33, and you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you've been admiring the freshly groomed look of a baseball field, or the stunning appearance of a golf course, remember you too can have along with the same beauty by simply calling Midwest Environmental Consultants. Their professional lawn care experts can bring your lawn to its full beauty and appearance. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your lawn the showplace of the neighborhood.
Hello there. Vincent the Turkey here, and you know that Thanksgiving is a time for gathering together. If I get to Thanksgiving without being someone's main course, I would like to invite you and yours to gather with me for the Northern Light Webcasting Network's Thanksgiving gathering. They have gathered some of the best Thanksgiving-themed old-time radio programs just to share with you. That's a Thanksgiving gathering on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service at NLWN-TV. Thanksgiving night starting at 7 p.m.
Vikings to inbound the ball. Long pass down the floor. Goodell chases it down, and she couldn't control it before she went off the end line. So the Blackhawks to inbound it. Length of the court away. 38-33. Nygaard picks up the ball, brings it across the timeline. To Jork. Jork to the free throw line and can't make the connection to Jensen underneath, and it goes out of bounds. So the Vikings will have it. Full court pressure being put on by the Blackhawks. Pass comes in, and we have a whistle and a jump ball. Pass was intended for Anderson, and Nygaard got in there and tied her up. Possession arrow in favor of the Blackhawks. Coda to inbound. She gets it into Jort. Jort feeds it to the elbow to Elke. Elke drives into the lane. Feeds it back out to Jort. Jort down underneath to Jensen. Jensen kicks it back out. Three-pointer on the way is no good. Rebound taken down by the Blackhawks. This is Nygaard tries to drive the baseline, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul.
I think it's on 40. No, it's not.
No. Foul is on Bryn Sikora. It's her first personal, and it sends Nygaard to the line for 2. First shot is up and it's good. We are in a 4-point game. Just over 2 minutes remaining. Nygaard trying to cut it to a single possession game. Shots up. No good. Rebound taken down by Anderson.
Yeah, this is where Colfax has to control the ball.
Gets it over to Goodell. Goodell's pass, and Sikora can't handle it. It goes out of bounds. Vikings are trying to do things without concentrating on the ball.
Yeah. Just, she took her eye off it just for a second and slipped through her hands.
So the Blackhawks have it. Nygaard brings it across the timeline. Being guarded there by Sikora. Gets it to Elke. Over to the right side to Nygaard, puts up a three, it's no good. Rebound taken down by the Vikings, and we got a whistle and a foul being called on Jordan. I think that might be it for her.
Yeah, that's her fifth.
So she finishes the day with how many?
12 points.
And Goodell's at the line for 2 for the Vikings. These are critical. This is where practicing free throws comes in important. First one's on the way, good. Possession arrow also in favor of the Vikings if we end up with a tie jump ball. Minute 40 to go, second shot on the way, in and out, no good. Nygaard coming down with it. Vikings up by 5. Feeds it down into the left corner. Dakota loses the handle on it. Tries to feed it down underneath, and we have a whistle. She was out of bounds. Fritz couldn't quite get her hand on it before it went out of bounds, and Vikings have the ball.
Yeah, you want to make sure it gets back into McKenna's hands in case they got to go to the line.
To Hajdukovic, who lays it up and in, wide open underneath. They forgot about Jeanette Hajdukovic. 41-34, Vikings on top. Minute 14 to go. Blackhawks feed it into the lane. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. And I think it's going to be on Goodell. It is. It's her 4th. This is what the Vikings don't want to have happen, is give them the chance to score without the clock running. First shot is on the way, and it's good. Just like that. Maggie Jensen at the line. Checking in is Haley Maurer. She's in for Rhea Elke. 6-point lead for the Vikings. Jensen to take her second shot. On the way. That's good. 5-point game. 41-36. Goodell brings it down the floor, and we're going to whistle and a foul. Quick foul that time by Haley Coda. And Case and Goodell will go to the line for 2. That's the 4th foul on Coda. First shot is on the way. It's good. Vikings by 6. Second shot up, and it rattles around and out. Rebound by the Blackhawks, and Fritz has it at the top of the key, gets it over to the right side, high, wide, and right to Nygaard. Nygaard takes it to the lane, feeds it in underneath, and it's knocked out of bounds, but it went off of Anderson, so it'll be Blackhawk ball. They were trying to get the ball down to Maurer. Jensen to inbound it. Gets it out to Nygaard. Over to Jensen from the corner, three-pointer on the way, comes up short. Vikings trying to come away with it, but the Blackhawks get it. Coda puts the shot up, it's no good. Rebound, Fritz has it, and Hajdukovic grabs it, and we get a whistle and a foul called. Hajdukovic is going to go to the line, and the foul is on Shannon Fritz, 3rd personal. And Jeanette Hajdukovic at the line. First shot is up, off the back of the air, no good. And a timeout on the floor called by the Blackhawks. So with a timeout on the floor, it's the Vikings 42, Blackhawks 36, and you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV is excited to once again be your host for Colfax High School Girls Basketball throughout the 2023 through 2024 season. Our next game will be on Tuesday, November 21st, when the Vikings will host the River Falls Wildcats. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Viking pregame at 6:40 p.m. That's live Colfax Viking Girls Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV on Tuesday, November 21st.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2 are excited to once again be your host for exciting Colfax High School boys basketball throughout the 2023 through 2024 basketball season.
This is what we came here for!
Our next game will be on Tuesday, November 21st, when the Vikings will host the Somerset Spartans as part one of a boys then girls doubleheader. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-2 begins with Viking pregame at 5:15 p.m.
Hajdukovic at the line for second shot is no good, and down the floor come the Blackhawks. Vikings up by 6. Nygaard has it high, wide, and left.
Baldwin has to get a look.
Out to Coda, still on the left side to Nygaard. Cross-court pass over to Jensen, takes it into the lane, gets it back out to Nygaard. Shot goes up, ball taken down by Shipman. She brings it down across the timeline, and she gets tied up.
That was a number 12.
So that foul is the 5th foul on Haley Coda. So how many does she finish with, Dan?
She ends up with 5 points.
And they called that an intentional foul.
Yeah, there was just a little extra shove there at the end.
So Shipman is going to go to the line, shooting 2, and then the Vikings will get the ball.
Yeah, with 9 seconds left.
First shot is up. It's good. No good, I should say. Although I do believe this one's going to go into the victory column for the Vikings. And we have a discussion going on down at the bench. Well, maybe it's not an intentional foul. They're letting the players come back in.
But it was already called an intention.
Wow, I thought so.
I mean, they had it set up for it.
Vikings dropped off because they don't want to commit any fouls. Second shot is up, it's good. Pass comes in, and this is Fritz over to Elke, puts a shot up, and it rattles around and out. 3 seconds remaining. Ball gets knocked out of bounds, and that's the buzzer. Final score, Vikings 43, the Baldwin-Woodville Blackhawks 36. And we will have Viking postgame coming up right after this timeout. You've been tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
we've given back in a lot of different ways, through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
to learn more or to help financially, would find us on Facebook or www.janakelly.com.
Flashlights. Flashlights. I feel like you get taller every time I see you. Congratulations, Brandon.
You have been tuned to Colfax Viking Girls Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. This copyrighted production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and Colfax High School is intended for the enjoyment of the viewing and listening audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network LLC and Colfax High School is prohibited. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking postgame.
Is it time yet?
It's time.
Punch down and time for dinner.
Oh, terrific.
Donating pet food is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Time now for Viking postgame, with a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. And now, Viking postgame.
And we're back out here at Baldwin-Woodville High School where the Vikings, oh Dan, what a difference a couple days make as the Vikings come out on top by a score of 43-36. And they even up their record on the season at 1-1. And they send the Baldwin-Woodville Blackhawks to defeat in their opening game of the season. Why don't you tell us how we got to this score?
Yeah, here's the scores for the Blackhawks tonight. Their leader was number 23, Maggie Jensen. She had 15, followed by Haley Jort. She had 12. Then we had Mara Nygaard with 1, Haley Cota with 5. We had Kylie Castle with 6. We had Abigail Nilsson with 7. We had Haley Maurer with 2. And Shannon Fritz with 1. For the Colfax Vikings, they're led tonight by number 42, McKenna Shipman. She had 18 points, followed by Jeanette Hajdukovic with 6, J.D. Anderson with 4, Jordan Bovey with 5, Autumn Nigelman with 2, Meadow Keltner with 3, and Kaysen Goodell with 5 points. 43-36.
Quite a difference in the performance by the Vikings tonight, Dan. The aggressiveness of the Vikings and the hard work.
Yeah, both teams really fought hard on defense. You know, Colfax started getting their rotations a little better, and I think the players, after already one game, they kind of are starting to figure this thing out. They know they got to play a little more intense when they play other teams, and the only thing that I can see is maybe they left some points on free throws. They were 12 for 28 tonight. So that's one thing they should probably have to work on this week.
I would say there were a lot of clanks off the iron when they were shooting from the free throw line, and they've got to improve that. Vikings did have a pretty good lead in the second half, and then all of a sudden, battling their way back came the Baldwin-Woodville Blackhawks, and I got to hand it to Baldwin-Woodville. There was no give up by them. They worked hard and scrapped their way back in it, but the Vikings held on, and when they really needed to do it, they got the points and made it count.
Yeah, Baldwin had some turnovers in the second half that kind of slowed them down a little bit, and Colfax took advantage of that.
And the Vikings also got the Blackhawks into foul trouble, and that helped pay off too. When Haley Jort fouled out, that was a big loss for the Blackhawks.
Yeah, that's a big piece of their system, and they're going to need every player on that team to stay on the court.
Well, let's take a quick time out here while we wait for Coach Serrar, because I suspect she will be up here before too awful long, and we will have her as we chat here on Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping, and I can't let this happen to my kid.
So if you want to talk to your kids, you have to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Are you ready to help your family get prepared for the unexpected?
Here we go!
Ladybug and Cat Noir know how important it is to be ready. Because you never know when Hawkmoth is going to strike or a disaster will hit. And you don't need miraculous powers. Just put those planning skills you already have to good use. Make a plan that will help you and your family be ready when emergencies happen. Ready Kids can help. Get started at ready.gov/kids.
Today, we face an unprecedented crisis. Tens of millions of refugees have been forced from their homes. But you can make a difference. Turn disruption and despair to hope and opportunity. Even small amounts make a big difference. Provide shelter, support, or jobs in your community. The more we understand, the greater sense of belonging we create. Act now. Visit supportcrisisrelief.org.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We're back here at Baldwin-Woodville High School. I see Coach Serrar down there, but she's getting stopped by a number of parents who have a lot of smiles on their faces, and we'll see if we can't get her up here pretty quickly. She's checking things out at the bench right now. But Dan, we knew it was going to be a better night when, what did McKenna have, 18?
Yeah.
Yeah, she ended up with 18 points, and that's 3 times what she had on Tuesday.
Yeah,
and here comes Coach Serrar ready to talk. We're getting some strange noise coming out of that microphone, but that's okay. We'll be all right. Here, let me see that. I think we might have a loose connection here. Just try not to shake it. All right. Hey, what a difference a day or two makes, huh?
Yeah, it was nice to come out, on top against, a good team. I was happy that, we executed down the stretch. Unfortunately, we didn't make as many free throws as I had hoped that we would, but the difference between tonight is I thought our kids just worked harder. I really challenged them to not, not get outworked by the other team, and I thought, they did that. And regardless of the outcome, I told them I knew at halftime that it was going to be different because, they just came ready to play, which is what you have to do on our schedule because, it's tough and we don't really get to take a night off ever. So,
and you could really see it out there, the fight for the ball. Right? There were contested rebounds. You didn't get them all, but boy, oh boy, you fought for all of them, and that was a huge improvement over Tuesday.
Yeah.
And you could just see it, the energy on the floor tonight.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I thought, we played really great defense. We held them to 36 points, and anytime, like I've said, you can do that, we're going to, put ourselves in a good position to win. And I was super impressed with Kaysen and Jada and their defense on, 15, and, Kenna and Autumn and Jeanette really battled on the inside. And even though, Autumn and Kenna are pretty outsized in there, they always battle for everything and seem to come up with stuff. And at some point in the game everybody did something good and stepped up, so all 10 kids, I'm super proud of them.
We had to grab on to Mom over here with a couple of those plays with Autumn because she had players coming over the top of her. She got a hockey check down there right in front of you.
Yeah, the thing I love about Autumn is that she doesn't care. She'll put her body on the line for her teammates, and those 50-50 things are what are swing the game in our and if Autumn's within 10 feet of the ball, she's probably going to come down with it. So.
And that's the kind of scrap that we want to see out of this team, and that's what I saw tonight. It was a pretty good performance tonight. Wasn't perfect, but it was a good performance. It was an exciting basketball game. Congratulations, 1-1 on the season. River Falls is next.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're stepping in against those big Rivers teams. That's okay.
Yeah.
You can handle it.
Yep. Yep.
Well, thank you for joining us, Coach. Congratulations. And we'll be back with some final thoughts right after this timeout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
My name is Teresa Barba. I was in the United States Navy, and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Well, Dan, Vikings come out on top 43-36. Your thoughts about this one?
Yeah, I thought the defense and the hustle tonight were a lot better than the other night. I think that was just kind of jitters and everything. They seemed to find their groove, and just maybe a little practice on their free throws this week, and they should be ready to go for the next game.
That was the big thing I saw tonight as far as a glaring fault tonight was free throws. There were a couple times when the pressure started happening and Coach Serrar called a timeout to settle things down where players were starting to press a little too much and try to do things without having control of the ball, and we committed a few turnovers.
Yeah, and that's where game management will probably come along during the season. They'll understand the pace and how the pace should be.
I totally agree with you. So, coming up on Tuesday, hey, we have a special thing coming up on Tuesday. We have one of those boy-girl doubleheaders coming up. We have a boys basketball game, and so don't forget to join us right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-2 and NLWN-TV, because these games are going to be simulcast on both channels on Tuesday the 21st, as the Viking boys will actually tip off their season as they host the Somerset Spartans. Viking pregame is going to begin right around 5:15 with live play-by-play to follow. That's part one of the boys and girls doubleheader. That's Viking boys basketball on Tuesday the 21st at 5:15. Then, shortly after that, make sure you join us right back again, either on NLWN2 or NLWN-TV, as the girls are going to host the River Falls Wildcats. And that's part two of the boys and girls doubleheader. Viking pregame will begin shortly following the conclusion of the boys game against Somerset, and live play-by-play will follow. That's the Viking boys, then girls basketball on Tuesday night. Again, this reminder to start making your plans to tune into either the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service or NLWN-TV for our Thanksgiving Gathering 2023, as we bring you the finest in Thanksgiving-themed old-time radio programs. That's Thanksgiving night beginning at 7 p.m. on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Tonight's Colfax Viking Girls Basketball game is brought to you by the Colfax Animal Hospital. Let Doctors Austin and Nikki Pritchard and their friendly staff take care of your pet. C&K Construction, your concrete experts for the Chippewa Valley. Dairy State Bank, where they're banking on relationships. Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for western Wisconsin. Anderson Bridges, who have been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. Slayton's Technology, IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Menominee Eye and Optical, with quality personalized care for you and your family. And Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Colfax Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. So for Dan Petchow and Lynn Nigaman on the camera, this is Rick Olson. That final score, once again, Vikings 43 and the Baldwin-Woodville Blackhawks 36. You've been tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been listening to Viking Postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. You can catch Colfax Vikings games by tuning in to any of the Northern Light Webcasting Network outlets. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.